Okay, so what are all these coaches thinking tonight?
They're throwing rocks at the screen right now. You know, and this is the big question mark, because we do talk about the fans and the spectacle and the draw, but the draw is supposed to be fair and fair for every team, isn't it, or not? Is that? I mean, it should be, right?
Should be.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The cream should rise at the top, but it should be fair. Now, if you look at this, it's clear the Roosters and the Storm have the hardest draw by a long way.
Yep.
By a long way. And I think what's hard about this, and there's been talk today. Obviously Nick has been outspoken about not happy about Nick Politis about the draw. He's calling it a TV schedule. He's probably not wrong, But at the same time, you do understand why. I understand why Nick would be frustrated, but I also understand why the NRL has come up with it too. So it's a very tricky one, but it's going to be it's a tough gig for them, and they're also none from two.
The other thing too, when you put up 5 teams with the toughest draw, it should be spread through the ladder in terms of maybe top of the ladder, maybe someone coming 5th, someone coming sort of 10th, and someone coming down. That's the way it should even out. But there's a distinct difference here. You got the Roosters and the Storm, most consistent 2 teams in the competition for the last few years, and then there's, with respect, a big gap. Dogs, Titans, Warriors, who have finished at the bottom of the ladder. Now, they're going to play tough roads no matter who they play against, and I think that's where it comes down to, that there's some teams that play 5 really hard teams twice. There's other good teams that play 2 or 3, but that's been the NRL draw for a long period of time. So as a fan and a TV person these days, we sit here and go, yes, this is great. Let's talk about the unevenness or the tough draw. But as a football club and as a player, Braith will back me up here, it doesn't even come into your system. It doesn't even think. It is, I'll play anyone, anywhere, anytime, under any condition. I don't care if I play the top 4 teams in consecutive weeks for 20 weeks. The best team will still win this competition.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that's a mentality you have to have, right?
Yeah, 100%.
To be a champion. So if you look at the Roosters, they've got the Rabbitohs, the Dragons, Broncos, Raiders, and the Storm.
It's tough.
However, when you look at the actual draw itself, round 20, so this is the other interesting bit. First round back, round 3, it's the Roosters taking on the Bunnies. Yep. Round 20, last week of the regular season, it's the Roosters taking on the Bunnies.
Which is awesome. I love that. Yeah. And I'm sure both clubs love that too. It's great for the rivalry.
So this isn't necessarily the run into the final, which will play a part too, given all the other information that's set to unfold.
From memory, I think we played the Roosters in round 1 last year and round 25 at the end of South. Yeah, sorry. Played South 1 and 20. Yeah, I played for the and then played again week 1 of the finals. Now the finals you can't work that out, but they're obviously sort of foot-ended both those.
And I'd like to get your take on the Roosters, Coops, because I spoke about it last night. But with this draw coming out, and they're 0 from 2, and I know with the Roosters in the past, they treat it like a Melbourne Cup. The tournament. Yep. It's not a sprint race. They've got 26 rounds, whatever it may be, in the past. It's down to 18 games. There's no buys. They often rest players. They've rested you in the past. They've rested Boyd. They've rested key players, and they've really that's where Trent Robinson's really, really good at managing his squad and timing them to perfection to get that run right. They're 0 and 2. A couple of question marks in key positions in a tough draw like this. Yep. They need to come out flying. How do you see them?
Yeah, they need to come out flying from our point of view, but from internally, they don't need to. I guarantee you right now, Trent Robinson's quite comfortable where they're at. He will definitely won't expect 0 to 100 straight away, and just because we say that that's what they're under pressure, he won't move. He will not budge in terms of his philosophy. He's got a schedule or a plan in place, and he listens to people, but he'll stick to that plan. Now, right now, they'll build again. They might be 0-2, but they will start from the bottom and build their season from round 3 through to 20. So I think Nick Politis has obviously been spoken heavily about the draw, but being involved in the Roosters and the Storm, I guarantee you, it won't even come up in conversation amongst the players or the coach. The coach will not say, we've been given the hardest draw, or Craig Bellamy's not going to sit there and go, geez, we've got to play South, Manly, Roosters, Raiders twice. They will honestly take it on the chin, and they'll just saddle up and they'll put the mouthguard in and then take off the dinner suit, put the work suit on and get to work.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Is there an argument also that when you are playing the best teams, you're more battle-hardened? I mean, when and this has been an argument and I guess a point of debate in all seasons, that you actually want to play those tougher teams at the back end of the season.
Yeah.
So when it comes time to finals, you're ready to go, that you've really tested yourself and you know what you're up for and up against.
It's a real balancing act because with finals, you want to be playing your best football, but you want momentum as well. So, yes, if you play really well against the best teams, you've got that momentum. But if you have a hiccup or you don't play as too well, it can dent confidence a little bit.
And that's where I worry with the Roosters because, I know, and you're right, because I know what Robbo and those guys are like. They wouldn't be panicking or concerned or anything. That's just...
They'll be planning.
They'd be planning. But I look at it from, just as a expert analysis and someone who's trying to dissect the side, and I think... they've got Flanagan in there. They don't have the security of having Cooper there. They don't have Latrell there. They've got the Morris brothers over now. If Flanagan doesn't work, they didn't look their best rounds 1 and 2, and they looked a bit clunky, not their Roosters self. If they don't get it right in the first couple of rounds...
Were you saying that after the World Club Challenge, though?
Yeah, I wasn't sold by that, Coops.
No, won't.
I got it. Like I might be out of people might, but not me myself. No, I had a huge question
right or
mark
wrong
still.
answer. Yeah,
no, I'm honest. Everyone knows that. I love what I saw, and it was great to see the Roosters win. But I've got like concerns that it's that they're going to miss you a lot.